Flipping on the grind.
What's going on? It's your boy Marcus Q.
It's your boy AV.
And this is the Map Social Presents.
Dirty Laundry Podcast.
Hey, we back with another hot topic, with a few hot topics doing our thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Man, the internet is going nuts.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
I don't know
saying?
which one to start with.
Y'all making it too easy for us right now. We're going to start with my boy Anthony Edwards. Shout out to him and the Timberwolves.
Shout out. Ant.
There's a story circling around out there with child support, child being involved.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards requests to pay $1,080,000 in child support up front to cover all 18 years of payments. That's $5,000 a month. He does not want contact with the child.
Yeah.
I don't think he was requested to pay the money up front. He actually chose to pay the money up front, which is a major player move in my opinion. Get that financial aspect
get it
out of the way. I know it's going to be a lot of slack and a lot of pushback on the fact that he doesn't want to have nothing to do with the child. So I'm going to let you start with that.
Oh, God. I just want to throw this hot grease at me.
What's your take on this whole story?
One, as far as the upfront payment, I do like that. I agree with that because
Smart.
Because sometimes I feel like I don't know how it is, but I don't trust no government. I don't trust nothing. They be hidden fees. Next thing you know, you paying more than that. Like I'm calculating it, and this is what I'm paying. Don't come at me nothing else.
What it does, what's smart about it is that it's like any other bill. Once you pay your fee, you cut off that communication and it's done.
Yeah.
So it's just a smart way.
And as far as communicating, like obviously it's a toxic situation with her, right? Like, which is unfortunate. Like men, women, like obviously be careful who you deal with and who you lay down with, especially if you're doing it unprotected. I don't know what the situation was, but she's obviously pregnant. As far as him not wanting to have any contact with the child, I have mixed feelings about it. On one side, I don't like it because that child having a father or a father figure in their life. I mean, he did give a lot of money to her, but it's more than just about money. It should be like, hey, that's your seed. You should be raising your seed or having some type of knowledge to give to that child. Will she go out and date someone else? Of course, probably she will.
Absolutely.
Of course she will. And will that person be a father figure? Hopefully. But I know this is my personal thing. I couldn't feel comfortable knowing I have my child out there. I don't care what the relationship was with the mother. Yeah, it's gonna be harder, but I mean, you Anthony Edwards, you got money. You got options in your life. Yeah. So I didn't like that, but
You didn't like it?
Nah.
I definitely think I would want to be in my child's life. That's my personal situation, so I wouldn't do that. But what do you think about a woman getting an abortion? Do you think she should have a right to do whatever she wants with her body?
No. Well, I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm not trying to give a mixed answer, but there's nuances to things. Everybody make this thing like it got to be one way or the other. If there's medical complications,
No, she don't want to have the baby. That's
okay. If you don't want to have the baby, and mind you, it's not just your baby. There's a man involved too, and I feel like that could be in the court. That could be something discussed.
It's not though.
I know it's not, and that's why I think that needs to be looked at again. But unless you got medical issues where you got to abort the child, okay, that's unfortunate. But if it's like I don't want to have it, it's not just your choice.
You think the man should have 100% say so in it too? So
I think they should. Yeah, I think they should have a say so.
So if she wants to have an abortion and the man says no, do you think she should be able to move forward with the abortion?
No, I think this is what I think a good resolution would be. I think if it was that same scenario, I feel like if the man says I want to have the kid, I want you to have the kid, fine. She has to have the child, but you have to take full responsibility. Like now, the kid is yours. Like just like how she's gonna have the kid.
So
right?
you think it should work both ways?
It should work both ways. So you
if
should have
the woman
it.
want to keep the baby and the man say no, then she should take full responsibility.
Then no. If what I'm saying is, if she doesn't want to have the baby, but the man does, okay, she's gonna have this kid. But once this kid comes out, the man, is responsible for taking care of the child.
But what if the man don't want to have the baby and she want to have the baby? Should she be fully financially responsible?
I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going with this, and it's.
Why the hesitation?
Because he's a good to say it. I do think that that's a good question. If he doesn't want to have it and she does, I think there should be a threshold. That's why I said there's nuances. There should be a threshold of some type of money where it's like maybe you owe this much money, but if like you really don't want to have the child and this person is forcing you to have a child where you gotta stop whatever your career and invest into this child, then it should be like, okay, well, there should be a limit on how much money you can get. Maybe I don't know. What do you think? I'm interested in what you're saying. It's confusing.
Equal rights, equal opportunities when it comes to everything. I think it should be even across the board.
So-
I think if they're going to have any rules in place, it should benefit both parties. I think if it's going to be a certain way, it needs to benefit the man and the woman. Like, if the woman wants to keep the baby and he doesn't, and they want to take that route of full responsibility, and they're going to push that and force that narrative, it should go with both ways.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a lot of pushback on this, and like this is what's interesting to me. I don't think a lot of women are going to agree with what you said. You said that if the woman wants to have an abortion, right, she should have a right to do whatever she wants. They're gonna agree that she should have a right because it's her body.
Of course.
But if she want to keep the baby, then the man should 100% be responsible.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I said there's nuances.
A man don't got no parental rights. He don't.
I know.
So I think that's something to talk about on another topic. But I think that's probably where a lot of first things first. You don't want to have no kids. Strap up. Be safe. Be responsible.
Yeah, things
we know
happen.
that already. Things do happen, but we know that already. So we don't got to go on the whole trolling rant about he shouldn't have did this or did that. It's just interesting to me how things work. Like I said, like men don't have any parental control or parental rights. It always goes in favor of the mother. Mind you, it is your body, and if you don't want to go through with a pregnancy, I'll fully support that. But I think it should be that same type of energy across the board. I think just like you have the right to abort a baby, you have a right to have a baby, and you should be ready to come whatever responsibilities come with that. And one of those responsibilities could be a man like Anthony Edwards opting out of taking care of his child. Here's your money. I'm opting out.
Maybe there should be a fee. Maybe there could be a it sounds crazy, but maybe there could be a fee. For example, if she wants to have it, instead of like all that type of money, okay, maybe he gets fined. Some type of fine, and if you have the money to pay that fine, you pay that fine and you move on with your life.
The fine is child support.
No, but that's I mean, how much you paid? 1.8 million?
Huh?
1.8 million?
What about it?
That's a fine? That ain't
Well, they going based off his salary. What's funny to me is I know I'm gonna hear a lot of stories that he only has to pay $5,000 a month. The average American family don't make $5,000 a month to take care of multiple kids. The average male earns $41,000 a year, still yet to this day, while inflation just continues to kill us. And then the average woman, I think, earns somewhere around like 35.
Yeah,
they don't even make that much, period. Like, how much you think it costs to take care of a child monthly?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm fully knowledgeable about
If you had
that,
to guess.
I would say about monthly, at least $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah, people are gonna be like medical schools and
Yeah.
like shut your stupid ass up. Ain't nobody going to those fancy
Somebody
schools.
heard it. Why you?
Cause it's dumb. It's education and it's clothes. First of all,
Like, what type of clothes you trying to buy? What type of
yeah.
school you? You cannot. I don't feel like. Okay, government. Like, one thing about government, we as the people in this country, the government works for us, right? The government's supposed to do work for us. What we vote for, all that stuff. Who we vote to be in office to represent the people, all that stuff. I don't think it's right to force anybody. That question you just said made me kind of rethink my answer a little bit. Yes, I do agree. If you want to have the child and I don't want to have, I don't want to put myself, and the other person doesn't want to have the child, then you are responsible for that child.
yeah,
Right?
I would like to see the governments completely stay not involved.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean,
This ain't y'all fucking business.
but
Y'all ain't finna give us no damn money.
But they profit off that, don't they?
It depends on how they got it set up. Like, there are a couple of states where they don't get involved in parental rights. There's like, I think like 3 states or a couple out there where they won't get involved at all. And I like that because you need to be responsible for your actions. And it ain't our fucking business who you lay down with and who you procreate with. Figure it out. You know what's funny? A lot of people don't think about this too. There's a lot of women who will get pregnant by a guy, opt out of him being involved in a life and will not even tell him.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to catch any heat or slack for that?
Not true. No.
Nope. There's dudes that don't even get an opportunity to get a chance, and that's never talked about. And I'm not attacking men or women here. I just think we should look at both sides of the spectrum when we're talking about this. They put in the headlines that it was such a player move for him to pay the money up front. I commend him for holding down his responsibilities, but it's not that impressive when you make millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
I would have did the same shit though, so he's smart. It doesn't look good for him to say he don't want to be involved, but at the end of the day, that's his life, and he has a right to do that.
And that's what I mean. Like, even though I could disagree,
He got to live with that.
Me personally, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. A man
If
like
he's
me,
okay with it, I'm okay with
Yeah.
it because it's his
because
choice
it's his
to make.
life. It's his
Yeah.
life. That's not my business.
Yeah.
But me personally, do you think is right? What I think is right and what someone else is, that's for me. What someone else might think is right for them, whatever, however they grew up, whatever their logic, how they family work and stuff like that, that's on them. So
Absolutely.
that's the thing about judging. Like, when we talk about being Christian or we talk about life, like, we're not supposed to be judging somebody, other people.
Man, we do that. We do that better than anything out here.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be mindful with our words. Sometimes some things we say could kind of come off judgmental. It's more of my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion based on my life experience. I'm not passing judgment on you. Like, is Anthony Edwards a bad dude? That I don't know him like that, and I'm not going to judge him based on those things. That's his personal business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He asked for a paternity test. I can't wait to see how that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
But I think obviously he must have got it already if he ordered to pay a certain amount, I think. But I will say this, what's interesting to me about people judging people, there ain't nobody in this world that's perfect. And when it comes to being perfect, it ain't a single person that you walk past on this street that ain't shit. You gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
You could judge all day. Try to keep your skeletons in the closet. We all going through something, and we all did something we regret, and we all gonna do something we regret again moving forward. I always say this: the only thing you could do is try to be a better person when that situation arises again, and try to make better, calculated decisions. I can't stand people who judge people, bro.
Yeah.
I hate it because those are the most terrible people to me. That sit up like on their throne, high horse, judging people.
Yeah, I mean, when I feel like with the people that I see doing that, when I look at their background and I look at the history of like how they were raised, a lot of times they don't have a lot of life experiences. They
live in a bubble.
They live in a bubble. They're not.
DJ Vlad remind me of that a
capable.
little bit.
Yeah, like they're not capable.
He say he had a rough upbringing, but I watch a lot of his videos and he talks about people's personal situations and how he wouldn't do shit or how. I'm like, dude, everybody's situation is unique when it comes to certain shit. Yeah. And I think people get so comfortable speaking on things that they start living in their own little bubble and they can't understand a worldview outside of their own.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of people out there like that.
I think I think it's the majority of the world. Like, you think, like, I don't know. It's like I talk to people. It's like it's hard for them to put themselves in other people's shoes or like have some type of empathy because they just can't imagine that type of lifestyle. So like for Anthony Edwards, one thing too I'm gonna add is when people get older. I mean, I'm pretty sure people can attest to this. When you get older, you always talk about when a person gets older, they're like, I wish I would have knew now what I knew back. I wish I would have knew then back what I knew now. Like they would have made some different choices. So maybe some people gotta grow. Mind you, Anthony Edwards is a young man. He's young. He's like 22. Mm-hmm. So he might make that choice. I don't want to have nothing to do with the child. And as he get older, let him hit his 40s. Let him hit up there. You know, where he's a little bit older. He probably be like, I feel away now.
Or it might be cap. He might have said it, might not have said it. We covering stories that we see online.
It's all hearsay.
People say shit when they angry, getting their feelings. A lot of people ain't gonna want to come off up $1 million, and no matter how rich you are, he might have just said that knowing it was gonna trigger her.
Yeah.
We don't know the real story, and we ain't gonna know the real story until time goes on, and we'll see what happens with that. We want to know what y'all think down in the comments. Those of you who've been rocking with us, making comments, whether you agree or disagree. Salute to y'all, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all make
You
us
ain't gonna
feel
see
good.
me talking no shit back. I'm gonna thank you for your opinion. Thank you for your support. Cause everybody ain't gotta agree. We just need to have discussions.
That's right.
That's it.
That's all it is. People be learning from these discussions. So the comments that you might leave kind of spur other people or inspire other people to be like, you know what? I didn't think about that. Or I have another opinion or another viewpoint to add to it. So that's the reason. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Don't be afraid to like or share. You know, don't just be throwing no hate. It's all love. We just
I don't
talk
care
about
what
what's
you
out
throw
there.
at us. Throw a tomato.
Yeah.
As long as that shit land in
As
the
long as
comment
that
section,
land.
don't give a fuck
Like,
what you
thank
throw.
you.
You know what it is. This the Map Social presents.
Dirty Laundry Podcast,
Holla.
y'all. Peace.
Want to see more videos like this last one?
Hey, just like, share, and comment. That's what we're doing, right? He said it.
I didn't think it was gonna be so short. You gave me that thing.
You stopped
All
too
right,
quick. Yeah, I'm ready when you ready to go. You want me to go first?
No.
So go.
There you go. I'm the director. Want to see more content like the last one?
Make sure you like, share, and comment.
You go first, cause I don't like the way you said it.
All right, cool. Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This your boy AV here at the Map Social. You want to see more content like this? Like, share. What? Tell me what words to say.
Like, share, and subscribe.
This is Texas. I'm still Texas, yeah.
Steady tipping, steady flipping on the
I'm
grind.
still Texas, yeah.